in which we bring to you the best cultural activities taking place here in Egypt. So stay with us. It's interesting how art can be produced from the minutest thing, even the bread mold. Actually, this is the topic of today's exhibition, Bread Mold by photographer Fathi Abdessalem. So now let's learn more about how he managed to capture such an intense and detailed moment. Joining me now is celebrity photographer Dr. Fathi Abdessalem. Dr. Fathi, this is quite a unique exhibition. Is it really bread mold? The photographs are of the bread mold?
Yes, actually, because when anybody come to the exhibition, maybe they make surprised because the color of the every photos very change from the color composition as maybe as a fine art photos, but every time I make a new subject of photography. Every time I make a new thing of photography. Maybe in the Egypt, maybe nobody can make this shot for this photography. I start with the green paper, and then the trees, and then the onion slices, and the shell. Every time I make a new subject of photography, maybe to make a shock for for everyone to see my exhibition. In this exhibition, it is mold, bread mold of the shot. Yes, but this shot is very difficult to make it because I use the technique of macro. In macro, it is very difficult to make on the bread. The bread just to see just black and just some spots of white, something is green. But how to make this shot, to make this composition of the color? I have many experience to make this by my technique to how to appear this level of the color from inside, because how to make this color with your technique. The technique is depend on the background of the photography experience. I make something, added some sharpness, some concentrated for something of this to make this composition.
Now I'd like to ask you, the bread here, are they one piece of bread or different molds that you choose? And how can we acquire, or how can it acquire such colors? Like, do you need to, do you need to wait for it till it is to a certain degree? Do you have to follow it? How do you acquire all this variation?
I make about 25 trials of this. I make the bread mold by growing every time and see that this my mold this, and show how to change the color, how something is green is more, and something of black, and then I make check and take many shots for this, and when I suggest this good, I take it. This trial about for 25 trials, I mean about 2,000 shots of photography, and when I wanted to select about 30 or 40 picture photos in this exhibition, it is very difficult because I have many trials, but this trial is very interesting fee. Sometimes when I see my picture, I surprise also because maybe the God helped me very quite.
Well, for the naked eye, we tend to see the green color. Sometimes we see the white color in the mold. When it turns so dark, we can see brown or blacks. But here there are greens and blues and yellows. That's extraordinary.
Yes, because when I change the color by the not for Photoshop, but something how to increase the density from the green to more to light to dark and blue and changes to yellow, and when you minus the yellow, the blue is increased high. This depends on the by trial to get a very good shot for you.
Now, how do you find photography nowadays? Do you feel that the Egyptians, are now appreciating photography more? How do you feel about it as a photographer?
Maybe this in Egypt, maybe the photography here, maybe don't have the high appreciation for every exhibition, because maybe the Egyptian maybe difficult life, maybe I don't know how, but it is grow by myself outside to increase our shot, our exhibition, but the exhibition in food some people, some photographer here in Egypt, very clever or very skilled, but also photo, but not grow as we hope it did.
Yeah. Now, for your international exhibitions, what was your latest exhibition abroad?
I exhibit in many country outside and in Rome. About me to 12 exhibitions in many country. I appreciate these. They appreciate me for my good idea or my good trial for the photo. I when outside I very pleased. I'm very happy because the people outside appreciated me very good.
We're here at the Indian Cultural Center, where veteran photographer Ashraf Talat is exhibiting his work from India, where he takes us through a journey into India, showing us the real India, if you want. Let's go take a look at the exhibition and see what kind of photographs he's taken of that amazing culture.
Actually, it is very expressive, and I want to tell we need more exhibitions of this like, because India and Egypt they have very old civilizations, long time, and we are very near in many aspects of life. So in this exhibition, our artist, photographer, Ashraf Talat, you want to give it more near of many aspects of life, of nature, of our culture. So we need all of this, not only Egypt and India, we need this for many, many countries, especially the East countries. It is very high quality, and actually it is reflect a very high experience of Ashraf Talat. Ashraf Talat is a pioneer in photography, and I wanted to invite many generations of the photographer to learn and to visit like these exhibitions. It is very high quality in the printing, in shooting, in compositions, in using the special effects of some shots of black and white. So my message is for the new generations, go and visit many exhibitions, learn, discuss, take many experience of the many photographers. Of course, will increase the era of our photography in Egypt, and we need like this too much in Egypt.
When we seeing an exhibition, such an exhibition like this, we seeing the spirit and joint venture and the roots of two civilization, two great civilization, Egyptian civilization and Indian civilization, which is we will find a big similarity in habits and custom and manners between two roots, two civilization full of humidity, and we can see also the history of painting, of architect. So many things are similar between India and Egypt. Last years, actually after revolution, there is a lot of photographers showing besides professional photographers, and we can see millions of photographers who giving us a new picture and introducing the secret and the value of the picture. But right here we're seeing an Ashraf exhibition. This is a professional painter, professional photographer who introducing two faces of civilization which are very close to each other, Egypt and India. We're seeing daily life, the activity of people, and also we're seeing the value of composition and the value of good picture. And last years we're seeing also from Egypt a lot of photographers who won prizes all over, like Khalid Abu Dahab won a prize in London. It's a big Oscar. He got it. And also here we came with Dr. Ramses Marzouk, one of the great director of photography of cinema.
As a filmmaker, how do you see these compositions? Do you see a story behind it, for instance?
It's a lot of stories. It's a very good question. It's a lot of story. Each picture, the still photography or the photographer, not cinema, movie, trying to put the whole story, the whole film, the whole concept in one picture. One picture tells a lot about, he's framing the world in a frame and introducing and let you meditate and think about this picture, because there is a reason and there is a feeling behind each picture. And like we see all pictures, the daily life, the movement of kids, the workmen, the praying, all of this, each picture can make a film, can inspire you with a new idea, with a big film.
This round of the Arab Music Festival is quite rich. More than 61 musicians and singers are participating in it from the various Arab countries. So now let's have a look at it. The 24th round of the Arab Music Festival was inaugurated recently in Cairo. The Arab Music Festival is an annual event that celebrates classic and traditional Arabic music. The main venue for the event is the Cairo Opera House. The festival was first held in 1992. The festival's program included concerts for more than 61 musicians and singers from 13 Arab countries. Among the concerts held was a concert held by Arab Idols winner Carmen Sulaiman.
مبسوطة جدا بمشاركتي السنة دي في المهرجان، خصوصا ان دي I'm extremely happy to take part in the festival. This is the second time I perform as part of the Arab Music Festival. I'm honored to sing in the same concert of Hani Shaker. I did a lot of rehearsals before the concert. The concert was a success. I sang a variety of songs for Shadia, Kulthum and Abdel Halim. The administration committee of the Arab Music Festival decided to honor Hani Shaker and Layla Murad as part of its ceremony. The Arab Music Festival is an annual artistic festivity that we annually enjoy. It is important to promote the Arabic music. I wish to have music festivals held all over Egypt in every governorate. I'm happy to be here today and to take part in this year's festival. Singing reflects the life of its people, their hopes, aspirations and sufferings. We should fight bad art. Also, for the first time, I'll sing Abdel Halim Hafiz's song, Ahwek. As for my personal songs, I will sing a new song dedicated to the parliamentary elections.
كل سنة وانتم طيبين، كل مهرجان موسيقى العربية وانتم طيبين، وبجد مصر حلوة بيكم، المهرجان حلو بيكم بالإعلام الجميل ده، ربنا ما يحرمني منكم. إن كنت بحر أنا السحاب، إن كنت حرف أنا الكتاب.
This round of the festival was dedicated to the late poet Abdurrahman al-Abludi for his exceptional career and contributions to the festival's successive rounds. This is Rasha Maji reporting for Nile TV International.
If you're interested in the cultural activities that takes place here in Egypt, then Cultural Magazine is your program.
The 37th Annual Cairo International Film Festival was held in the presence of Minister of Culture Helmi Namnam and Festival President Magda Wasif. It started with short films on 3 late Egyptian actors who are being honored by this year's festival, namely Fatin Hamama, Noor al-Sharif and Omar al-Sharif.
يا مشيبني يا ده انا بالي طويل وانت عاجبني يا 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 ودي يا تقيل.
International Film Festival, dear members of the jury, we're so happy that you're among us here. And I think this is a message to the world that Egypt is a peaceful country. You will discover this when you go among the Egyptians and you visit Sharm el-Sheikh. And you take a Nile cruise between Luxor and Aswan. you get to know the real Egypt. Maybe the plane has fell, but Egypt will never fall. Thank you very much.
The great actress Claudia Cardinali attended the festival.
تذكارية مع الفنانين المكرمين.
I love Egypt and Cairo. Well, it is a great honor and a pride for me to receive this award that bears the name of the great Faten Hamana. This award reminds us of her memory, but also of the memory of Omar. Their son, Tarek, is here, and it is during this festival as if they were all three together. Thank you. Shukran.
We have seen together a variety of cultural activities taking place here in Egypt, and by this we come to an end of this episode of Cultural Magazine. Until we meet again next week, it's goodbye.